Hi guys, what's up? It's Alex here, and today we're back with more F1 2013 gameplay, but we're not going to be talking about the gameplay or whatever. We're going to be talking about the HUD. Now, this is something I don't think anybody else has really touched on, so I thought I'd make a video and explain to you guys what's different between the modern HUD, the 90s HUD, and the 80s HUD, and explain some other features as well. But this is the modern day gameplay in the T-Cam view. You can see it's very fresh, pretty similar to F1 2012. The colours are slightly different, but you got the curves bar in the corner, the DRS, the rev counter, the gears, the speedometer, and also the fuel, and also the caution flag, the little triangle at the corner. So very clean, very sort of up to date and professional. I like the way that the modern HUD is. It's updated from 2012, not by a huge amount, but I think that's what we all want to see really, is just that little improvement of the colours and everything, just to make it look a bit nicer at the end of the day. But that is the modern HUD in T-Cam view. We're also going to have a quick look in a second of what it looks like in cockpit cam view, and it's pretty much the same for all of the cockpit views, whether you're in sort of the old cars or the new cars. It takes away the bottom right HUD, part of the HUD even, and that sort of shows the gears and everything, because that's going to be shown on the steering wheel. We can see on the left hand side of the steering wheel you've got the speed in miles an hour, then you've got the gears in the middle, and then you've got the position on the right hand side, and also lights on the steering wheel will light up when you go through DRS zones, I think, or when you activate DRS there should be a light that comes on. I think it's a green flashing light you can see in the middle, or it's just a green light in the middle of the steering wheel. That shows when DRS is active, and when you use curves it has a little curves meter going down on the steering wheel itself, so that's definitely adding to the sort of realism of driving in cockpit view. But here we'll move on to the 90s, and you can see here that we've got the black boxes around the position, the lap counter, the best lap timer is just a little bit different. It sort of just looks a little bit classic, and also the speedometer is obviously looking a lot different to what we'd expect it to be on the steering wheel back then. So you can see the HUD is pretty different, sort of actually quite drastically different. But that's not the only thing that they have added to the game. The gameplay is actually slightly grainy. You probably can't see it a huge amount from this video, but the way you can do it is the game is sort of it's trying to make you feel like you're racing in that era. So the gameplay is a little bit grainy, but you can turn off that option if you want to, so you can just have the clear view just like you would have in the modern day cars. This is the same with the 90s and the 80s. You can turn off the sort of overlay, but I probably will leave it on just because it adds the experience of driving a Formula 1 car of that era. And next up we'll move on to 80s gameplay, and you can see here quite drastically different once again. Sadly, the way that this was filmed, the camera wasn't positioned in a great position, so it sort of cuts off the bottom right bit, but you can see that the speed, the gear changer, the rev limiter, and also I think, is that a turbo bar? I'm not 100% sure, guys. You can leave a comment down below. But also the top left and right obviously showing position and lap count, best lap, and all that sort of good stuff. And also you will definitely notice it here that the colour has sort of an orange tint to it, and I really do like that, just like we had in the 1980s on TV. When you go, well, personally for me, I wasn't around in the 1980s, but when I go back and watch YouTube clips, that's the sort of thing I see, is that orangey tint. And the same with 90s footage, you see it quite grainy and bitty. But you can turn off those things, guys, sort of the overlay, the orangey and the grainy bit, but definitely probably for me I'll leave them on just to add the experience. But that is it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully you sort of learned something new. But it's been Alex, I'm out of here. Goodbye.